I saw on Twitter a post from Goof. And
dude, I saw it. I was drinking something. I just spit it out. It was fucking done.
I'm assuming it's the same one, right?
Yeah.
Talking about the insiders. It's just like all of a sudden my Twitter feed is taken over by insiders. And it is absolutely hilarious because, Goof she's certainly a part of the Theta community.
This week's episode is brought to you by Nona's Secret Stash of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and not available on shelves anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there's still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona's sauce? Too bad. Only Nona decides who gets the sauce.
Papa's popping and locking, Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Mag's podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 9 of the Papa Mag's Pinecast. Mags, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Gonna lie. So, how you doing?
I'm doing great as well. So
I just missed the podium on Theta Club.
That's actually a lie. You made the podium.
Oh, I did make the podium. Strike that, reverse it.
So let's actually just take that third place finish away from him. Mark the records, guys. He wanted to be fourth, holding the camera.
I put a lot of grit in today with my zombie.
It was very gritty. Yes, it was very gritty.
I was at 2 for a long time, power, and somehow managed the end while throwing haymakers, bro. But we're beside that. We had a heck of a week, though, I think.
Well, I was going to get into this later, but you got into it right away. So earlier today, I had a little back and forth with our boy Grim, who you're very familiar with.
FU Grim, from FU Grim fame.
Yes, he made that famous. So, I like just poking into other people's training rooms and just like clicking the buttons, you know what I mean? And it says like, oh, Sheriff Popper, you can't train this Zilla, and just messing around with people. Obviously, you can't screw them up. But Grim, he started going back and forth a little bit. And I got my guy and I was like, dude, there's absolutely no way that Zilla that you just trained could possibly beat mine. Or I said it was very unlikely. And dude, I was down. You were down at 2 HP. I was down at 13 HP, and we were just kind of sitting there for a while. Grim was in the green for quite a bit.
He was like 200 something, and that was late in the game.
Yeah. And he ended up getting slammed.
Jimmy jam jobbed.
I believe he came in 8th place, and then the very next turn, I got knocked out at 7th. But you know what? Big win on that front because I beat Grim, called my shot there. So,
did you happen to see the other Zilla news? Somebody who joined the server and popped in the other day, playing around with Remix Zilla.
I did not see that. No.
Oh,
who is this you're speaking of?
Friend of the Pinecast, Andrew Berry, was in there.
Oh wow. That's very delightful that she would
remixing some Zillas, dude.
Nice.
She just missed the WWZ on Friday night, but remix is good too.
All right. Well, listen, I wouldn't want to be the first one to knock her out, but hey, it would be it'd be a monumental. It's going to be monumental. Whoever gets that distinction.
I wouldn't want it.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't. Oh no. I just want to knock you out.
I know that's true, but it doesn't need to be one or the other.
If I could ever hit you, and make contact, but that's
beside the point.
Yeah.
I did notice that there's a new remix option where you can remix into the WWZ attire with your Zillas. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, nice. So if you do remix, WWZ is now an option. And cool. It's funny because obviously like GM isn't anything new, and I've seen GM on NFTs before, just kind of like overlapped, photoshopped or whatever. But it seems like since the remix where you can take your Pickzilla and just pick whatever one you want and do good morning, good night, or 20, ladies night, and now WWZ, seems like all you see everywhere is these NFTs with GM cups of coffee and stuff, you know?
Right.
Not that it was the first, but it just, I don't know. I didn't see it. Maybe I just didn't notice it as much before, but yeah.
A lot more noticeable with a Zilla with a GM.
Yes, especially when
say.
they're breathing fire.
Obviously.
All right, so you jump straight into it, but we got a business to take care of at the beginning of every episode here. So we
Okay.
are now up to 187 days since we were promised our K fuel, and still nothing on that, which is unfortunate. The peel effect still in progress. More on that later. We're up to 32 days. And our play, the staking in the decks, that was supposed to be 206 days ago. And the airdrop of tokens, that was supposed to be 289 days ago. So all of our reverse countdowns are still in effect, which is good for business and bad for business.
And once again, I have to try to get them on the webpage, those ones.
Yeah, but the webpage has been updated and it cleaned up a little bit.
Right.
Thanks to some recommendations from occasional friends of the Pinecast.
Which is fair.
Which is absolutely fair.
I think he said I shouldn't have to scroll past Andrea's flight delay and a bunch of other stuff to get to the episode. So
he's got a point.
Okay. So we moved. So any count ups, reverse countdowns, count ups, all those. We're gonna keep adding, and we'll take requests as well.
That's right.
To update.
And hey, while we're on it, talking about replay and counting them down, they did have an update this week that I noticed, the Psycho picks, and we got our correspondent live on the scene here, Magnum PI Apple, big time R play whale. How's that going over there with the new R play picks?
It's going good. It's going good right now. They added, I think they may have taken some stuff off, but they added 3 titles to the Psycho picks, it looks like. And is
it anything good, or is it still like the same kind of genre, like older movies?
This is funny. So the original like black and white, I think it was from like the 50s, Little Shop of Horror, maybe 60s. They colorized
same genre.
Well, they colorized it. So it used to be, I remember watching it, and I actually watched this a bunch of times in our play on one of their channels, like Thriller TV or some nonsense. And it was black and white. And funny thing is, there's a young Jack Nicholson in that, which is pretty cool. I'd have to look at the date, but it's 50s or 60s or something like that. So I've seen it on that black and white, and I'm a fan of black and white. And this one that is colorized for some reason, and it looks like worse. It's like kind of like taking you off, but they added that.
Looks forced.
Yeah, it's like it was like a half-assed job. It might have been like groundbreaking when that was colorized, but I think we can handle black and white just fine. I think anyway. But yeah, I didn't find out till later, I think today. And I don't know if this happened yesterday or Friday, but I had to, since I already had it on, I had to like get off and get back in my app, my Roku. And because none of those Psycho picks were showing. But yeah, and I got over 1,000 today, our play, for watching that stuff. Yeah, they updated that. They actually had they updated that. They updated. I watched this one too, The Illusionist, with Ed Norton and Jessica Biel and Paul Giamatti, your boy. I watched that, but my points, my earnings are better on the Psycho picks that I realized. So they also put something out saying that we will, or we are already able to move those NFTs, Playtators, the was it the Polygon?
Yeah, Polygon. Yep.
Polygon NFTs off of there and like put them in your own wallet, and you could, I believe, and then you could sync that wallet up on the dashboard, which I know is true. Well, for the syncing part, so that makes sense. So like you can withdraw them and send them out there. So. Yeah, there's probably some other news that they just had a shit ton of stuff they were putting out.
Yeah, so I mean, there might be some new listeners here. So Our Play is also known rewarded.tv. Basically, you can log on there, create an account, and you can earn Our Play tokens, which eventually are supposed to be dropped into your account as actual tokens on the Theta as the Theta subchain. And yeah, you earn from watching shows, right? That's basically how it works. And if you have certain NFTs, you get multipliers.
You get multipliers, and too, like they have like news and like CoinDesk TV or whatever it is. So they have some current stuff.
Quite a bit of options for sure.
Yeah. Yep. The like I was telling you, I don't think I mentioned it, but I've been watching the hell out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Since they've added that.
Yeah.
Got all my badges, and I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger. And dude, so like, I'm running it like 24/7, getting those extra Yu-Gi points, right? And so anyways, like eventually like I'll just sit and watch it, and dude, I just get sucked up in it. It's so ridiculous. I'm like, I think I'm an adult, but I just keep watching like Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's like I don't have time for this, and then it's like I got nothing to do. What's going on? Oh, this is an interesting part. Let's take a look. So I like keep like getting sucked into it. But I think the points are going down tomorrow on them. I'm not 100%, but I don't think they're going to be there too long. But for the extra points, but
well, all right. Well, hey, we had some banana news this week. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Did I notice?
Yeah.
3 customs, bro.
Yeah, 3 customs. But what led to that, in my opinion, was the drop in the mint price.
Right. Which was huge.
Yeah. So the bananas were minting originally at 0.11 ETH, and they were going slow for sure. Having a bit of a time. The market's terrible in general, but it was a slow minting process, and then literally just all of a sudden, bang! All right, guys, we're dropping the mint price down to 0.033,
huge,
which was news to us, and certainly sparked some interest. A lot of interest from the normal characters, anyway. But it got, like you said, 3 customs opened, and they must have been opened within a matter of a couple hours, it felt like, if not less.
Yeah, and so I opened a custom, shout out.
No, did you really?
Yeah, Johnny Peeltaw.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew that.
I've been only tweeting about it nonstop, but I bought 2. I bought some insiders because there was we'll talk about that later, but there was a nice opportunity, and then I had some extra, and so I bought 2 when I couldn't even bought 1 banana. You know what I mean? And,
for sure.
First one I opened, Johnny Peeltaw. I was like, holy crap! And instead of calling you, I called Chief. But,
I appreciate that.
But so the funny thing is, though, mine was the last one created out of all those. So the 2 others that opened, which was like the Bodhi banana, also from Point Break, and which you could see my reflection of my banana's reflection in there. No big deal.
Right. Now, which one got opened first? Was
mine
it yours
did.
or that? Oh,
no.
Did.
Mine got opened before both of those, but those were purchased before mine.
Before yours, right?
Yeah.
So Johnny Peeltaw got opened, and then Banahani, or whatever it's called, got opened, and Johnny Peeltaw was also in that one.
Well, Rufus opened.
Yeah.
Rufus opened the Predator.
The
after
Phantom
that,
Gold, yeah.
Phantom Golds, and then
Nothing
who is it?
Flash.
Nothing Flash opened Bodhi. So pretty, and so yeah, like you said, it must have been within an hour. It felt like. But
for a while, I thought Nothing Flash was another one of Mac's accounts. I'm not sure if it's not still. I don't know.
He doesn't like following people. I followed him, but he didn't.
Nothing Flash.
Back. Yeah.
Oh wait, he's on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's not. I don't think Mac would go to that length.
Well, but it's like following 10, following 10, 5 people are following him or something. I don't know.
No, but
not
I knew that guy from WWZ, right? That's when I
right.
first noticed Nothing Flash.
He
And
won WWZ tonight.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that. I did notice that. But I thought it was originally one of Mac's accounts from there, like because he has a bunch of different ones that he uses for testing because he's the one that's running the thing behind the scenes. But there's no way that he would create a Twitter account for it. So this must be a legit person.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So yeah, so now what were your thoughts on the dropping of the mint price?
I think it was much needed. I think you and some other people were pointing out like nothing's been minted in a while. I think it was like 8 days before they changed the price. And it's just like the same people, we're trying to grow that community. In the markets, the market's been bad, and the insiders seem like partial inspiration, where it's like, hey, they did their job for free, right? And they're getting their money on the secondary sales. So, the secondary sales for bananas right now is like not even a half ETH. So lowering that, we're going to get more opened, and it's going to encourage more people. I feel better about it.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it's one of those things where you can't make everyone happy. I mean, there's things that I agree with about the project and I don't agree with about the project, but that you can pretty much be said for any project. And, it doesn't need to be perfect.
And I'm sure that was a tough decision for Rare and the team, regardless.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it, but I agree. I think that was the right move. It was a decent sized drop where, you did get a little bit of energy coming in with a bunch of pines getting opened. And like you said, the only way that anybody's going to get we need to get these in front of eyes, right? And the only way that's going to happen is getting these things purchased and opened. And, just from our limited time here within ETH, it does seem like the secondary market is like vastly important, especially for open seas and for getting verified and for trending and things like that, because the original mint doesn't even happen on OpenSea, right? So it's
right.
They're not tracking anything until it's the secondary market. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, we know as much as anybody else out there, right? There's nothing about the project that I know that anybody else,
sure,
that
right.
the average guy doesn't know.
Correct.
So it's like we're not coming from anywhere of knowing what's going on behind the scenes. So it's tough to say, like, what is how much do they need? What do they need it for? Like that, like the business side of this, I have no idea. We're not privy to that. So, I mean, from the outside looking in, this is what needed to happen to kickstart this thing back to where we know it can go, just based on Rare's history, the quality of the art, the peel effect that is coming, and just the continued secrecy behind like the lore and the lore map and this and that. So there's still a bunch of intriguing things out there. So I'm very excited. I'm curious to see what happens as far as the cans that were bought at 0.11.
Yep.
But we'll see. I'm not in a hurry to see. We've been on this roller coaster for a while now, and I still have just as much trust in Rare's work as I did on day one.
Yeah, same. I mean, it seems like there's some people unhappy. There's going to be unhappy people with whatever decision is made, but I think it's the better decision for the project and everyone else. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully they come up with a way to, I don't know. What do you think would be the best way to compensate the people that paid full price?
Well, I mean, you got a couple of options. None of it, we again, not being behind the scenes, we don't know the difficulty of any of these things, but basic math says that if I took my 0.11 right now that I spent on a can 2 weeks ago, I could get 3 and still have some, enough to buy an insider. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know that the team is aware of that, and at this point, it's I'm just gonna wait and see.
Yeah, and the cross mint price hasn't been adjusted yet, also, but that's just I don't know. They're aware. They just has to get changed.
Yeah. So we'll go from there. But all right. So pines, dude. So you had poked me this week and said that there was like the return of the pine sweeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I haven't checked recent sales, but I think like the 11th and 10th, I saw the pine sweeper pick up 3 pines. So we haven't seen much action from the pine sweeper.
No.
For like a year,
No.
it's been like a year and a half almost.
I mean, we haven't seen much action in pines in general, and then to see the pine sweeper come in was,
So in case anyone's new to the pine sweeper is this person who just picks up floor pines. That's
in giant batches.
Initially,
in
yeah.
Basically one giant batch. Yeah.
It did it in 2. But
Okay.
yeah, the initial one, but it was like a quick. They had to reload. Like that's when Will 1 was trying to buy the floor.
Oh man,
and then
this was long ago. There's a telegram.
Yeah. Will 1 was trying to buy the floor, and maybe with someone else, and Pine Sweeper came in and just swept that damn floor.
Yeah.
So it's Pine Sweeper hasn't sold anything, just buying pines off the floor on Theta Drop.
Yep. Welcome sight for sure.
Yeah, like to see that. I saw the that zombie is on sale now. I think for $3,000.
The one that you had the big bid on?
No, not that one. The that custom, the sailor one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So the one with the fist holding the brains through the glasses.
Yeah.
Now, so it's funny because I was going to bring that up. So when we were at ThetaCon, we saw the slideshow of all these pines, right? And we knew of a couple of them. There was a lot that we did not. That was the first time we saw a lot of them. I remember seeing one at least with the hand through the glasses holding the brain. Is that the one that we saw? Do you remember?
I don't. For what's funny is as much dumb stuff as I retain, I remember Snoop really, and I remember a blindfold with a term that I haven't seen yet, and I don't even remember what it said. So like I don't remember shit from that.
But if it was a Simpsons episode, you would have remembered it.
100%. A Simpsons episode. Max Theta finally picked up this week on a Simpsons thing. Not the previous week, but this week. So that was cool. But
shout out. So there was actually one more kind of big pine news, and I'm honestly a little bit jealous that I wasn't able to partake in this, but looks like Chef Pine had a nice little European pine meetup over there, and I'm sure that they got fed well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw some of the food and the drinks. It looked like quite the little soiree or gathering.
Yeah, it looks superb for sure. A lot different than the burger that we ate at ThetaCon.
Oh my God, that hotel!
Even though that was good, though, it was a very expensive burger.
It's gonna be
good
better
thing
this
Chief
year.
Paid for all of our food and drink while we were there, though. That was so nice. He might actually still be paying that off.
Yeah, I bet he's paying a lot of stuff off. But but one other thing, back to the pines. Would you consider the pine that with the brain? Would you consider that hanging brain? No. Okay. And then ThetaCon. So ThetaCon 2022 was in Fort Lauderdale last December. This November, ThetaCon 2023 or Theta, I don't know, 2, the Deuce, Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And the Zilly Awards. Did you hear about these things?
Oh boy, I know. I had a feeling this was coming up.
Well, it's the inaugural Zilly Awards. You know this. Come on. You know this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So one of the categories, there was 5 categories. One of the categories, so they were accepted nominations, I think, until tomorrow. So by the time people listen to this on Tuesday, I think they'd be closed. I don't know if it was a little bit longer, but don't hold me to it, buddy.
Well, what makes you think that they're going to hold to their timeline? No
They
one else.
might. Yeah. Well, but you know what? Amy's running that show, so I think they're holding to the timeline.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So, okay. So this is right now. So I think the first vote in, I think, was for what are the categories for the Zilla Awards. So now that they have the categories, one of the categories was like best best podcast or streamer.
Oh man, if it was best Pinecast, then I think we might be able to get that one.
I could see us not even getting even like nominated because we're a Pinecast, not a podcast. Don't you think?
I mean, I don't think we deserve nominations on this.
Yeah, God Mode Unlocked. That's
100%.
That's my bet. So the Zilly Awards coming to us at ThetaCon 2023. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
And and Amy and Brian or anyone else could, if they have anything else they want to talk about, let us know if there's anything we're not tracking. But looking forward to ThetaCon.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the doc today. This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max Podcast.
So dude, we had this week HGH. Big week for HGH. His game is now live in the sandbox, or I don't know if you'd call it a game or like experience, right?
Okay.
And I actually went on there today to go check it out, and I need a new computer or something because I'm working. A lot of my stuff is basically off of my work computer.
Yeah.
And you go on there and you gotta download something to get on the sandbox. So I was like, I don't know if I should do this. So I passed on it, but I did see on Discord, he's got a bunch of cool little giveaways, little challenges, like find this spot, find that spot. Our boy MLD Tech, who just crushes WWZ, was one of the ones that found something the other day. I think it was like an ice stairway or something like that. But shout out, man. Looks like great progress is being made. From what I've seen of it, it looks like a cool experience. I wanted to check it out, and I just need to now. I'm going to have to get a new computer at some point, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, and I'm not involved with that project, but seems like the guy delivers on everything he says he's going to do, if not like more. So.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones where it's just like very little promised. And he was doing streams for a long time. Then it seems like he kind of went a little silent with the streams because he's been just head down
building.
Work.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Shout out to HGH. Looks cool, and I will get in there at some point, no doubt about it.
Speaking of HGH, not really, but are you familiar with the First Amendment?
No, I am not aware.
It was like the freedom of speech or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know if you heard about this.
Yeah.
So
where are we going?
Your boy, Joey TV.
Ah, my boy.
He ain't my boy. Well, he's not either our boy because he tried to sue us, then pulled it back and retained the right to sue us for memeing too hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
As it were. So anyways, he seemed like he got upset because he tried to do a drop, or not a drop, a challenge on Theta Drop, and they said we're not doing it or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know the whole story. Yeah.
So I think he was telling everyone to. It's funny and it's hypocritical. Well, the reason why it's funny is because it's hypocritical. So uh, he showed up at the AMA. We can talk about that next, but and seemed like he wanted to, you know, he seemed concerned about himself being stymied by Theta Drop, right? Not, they like he did. I think it was like, and I don't know whatever Theta Drop's policy is. Like, I'm not big into politics. I think that's like death for anyone to get into. But I don't, me personally, I don't think it's good to, like put somebody's likeness on your platform who got, who owes 1.2 billion because he lied about, people getting killed. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. So anyways, he had a Twitter space and I was looking forward to it. I couldn't get in. Can you believe that?
What do you mean you couldn't get in? You didn't have the freedom to enter?
I think it was blocked or unblocked or I don't know. I couldn't even get in to this stream.
So was your First Amendment a right? Your First Amendment rights?
Yeah,
were they taken away
trampled
from you?
on. Yeah, trampled on because it's just so funny that it's okay for him to be upset, but me, no. It's I can't voice my opinion of him being an idiot, but whatever.
Yeah.
Lawsuit pending.
Yeah, that was Magnum pineapple. Oh man, what are you gonna do? Yeah. So, yeah. On that note, so there was a drop on Data Drop this week. Our Steve McQueen drop from Verified Labs.
Yep.
Didn't look like it was doing all that well, but there was one very notable thing. Did you notice the auctions?
No, I didn't.
Well, they were auctioning off a T100 motorcycle that I believe they said it was the one that Chase McQueen used to splatter the paint on the actual painting that he did, that Kalish did, right?
Okay.
And from there, they did some splatter paint on the bike. So they were selling the bike, and it got a $15,000 bid within minutes, which that's pretty spectacular in my opinion that happened. So shout out to Dennison, which
not
is
Katy
a name
Perry,
that I've seen.
Not Katy Perry fan 69.
Who spent what, like
$600K,
$600,000 on the Golden Lion? Yeah, I'd love to know where that Golden Lion is.
Oh my God, it better not be in Mitch's backyard, but
yeah, that's who knows. Yeah, so let's talk a little Symbies here. We haven't talked in Symbio Creatives in a while. We had a little alpha, as the kids call it these days, given in the Discord about the breakdown of the tokenomics, specifically the size of the different pools. And when you look at it as like a pie graph, like it was posted, dude, 55% of the coins are being held in a play and earn pool.
Wow,
that's
bullish.
Just I mean, I've never really seen tokenomics like that, where it's just like, cool. Here you go, this is for you guys to come and win and earn. And obviously it's not going to be something that's earned immediately, right? These things are going to be trickled in so that the pool can stay active for a while and the project can continue to remain viable. But just seeing it like that was like, wow, that's massive. So I was wondering, did you see that?
I didn't. I saw the I was just watching that video, that short clip he posted.
So that's that clip of the shooting?
Yes.
So that was the new recoil mechanics that he was talking about. So, obviously neither me nor you is like an expert gamer in any sense, but this thing looks pretty cool where he's like running, aiming the gun, and then it comes down to shooting at the hip and then right into a melee for the finishing move. So I mean the whole thing looks cool and sounds cool, but it also seems like this is something that hasn't been done. Like it doesn't like this is new mechanics as far as being made aware. But yeah, that looked cool.
That map looked like Yavin 4 from Star Wars. I don't know, 5 it kind of not saying it was like, I'm saying it looks like it had the feel of like the structures and like a jungle type environment was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean there's definitely sci-fi under on
oh yeah, no, I'm just saying it reminded me of that. That's all.
Sure. And then, he also posted this week an update about the mappings. So, normally, like I've played plenty of games before, and you go on, you get a map, and that's the map, right? And it's like the next time you go to the map, that's still the map. The map doesn't change. Well, now he's changing the game. Procedural AI mapping. So now you go in there and you run it with your boys and you win on a map. The next time you go into it, it's updated. So things change in it. It's like,
really?
Yeah. And AI updates it. So like each time you go into the map, it's not going to be the same exact thing. So it just kind of takes away. And to me, like I could see how like an average player would get upset at this because you go and you get really good at one map and then you're slightly above average, right? Because now you know the map really well.
Right.
Well, now that advantage is taken away from you and you just got to be a better player because everyone's on the same starting field, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, there'd be like when I used to play Call of Duty, some maps like this is a great sniping map. I'm just gonna hide with my sniper, and then other ones I just want to get into it. So I didn't. I'm not a big reader, but that's cool. I like that.
Well, yeah, the audio wasn't ready for that one, but you just got the audio, so there you go.
Okay.
But yeah, no, still super hyped about that. I do have a little behind the scenes on that one, and I do know that this next round of beta is in the testing phase with the team to be kind of delivered out to a more wider audience to get the beta 2.0 tested. Still looking at getting this game dropped this year with an earnings season this year. So, everything's looking pretty good is from what I hear.
Looking forward to it. That sounds great. Let's get it going. Can't wait to play.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, and then we got so I was actually I saw on Twitter a post from Goofed. And
dude, I saw it. I was drinking something. I just spit it out. I was fucking done.
I'm assuming it's the same one, right?
Yeah.
Talking about the insiders.
Yeah,
She's like, all of a sudden, my Twitter feed is taken over by insiders, and it is absolutely hilarious because Goofed she's certainly a part of the Theta community.
Oh yeah,
she's not like a huge part of the NFT community, but she is definitely a part of it. So to kind of have that side of it trickle onto her to the point where she would say that is hilarious to me.
Yeah, that was good. And that's why I was like, oh, sorry about that. And she was like, no, it's all good. She just pointed it out.
Yeah, no, it's amazing because like my Twitter feed is taken over by that as well. And it's cool to see how many of the Pines have come over, with us. Like we have a huge group over there. It was never my intent to have that happen. But it's cool. And it's like, I'm hoping that people are doing their own research as well. I'm not making any money from selling these things. Like, I've done nothing but buy them.
Right.
And I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. So, just because just because chief or general or you or whoever, simple or Ocho, who never listens, if they get into something, it doesn't mean that I'm going to go get into it. I would certainly do my research and then maybe pop in, but it's cool to see all the pines over there. But now that we're kind of over there, it's funny because, drama doesn't just happen in
with
Theta.
pines. In
Or
Theta,
pines.
Yeah.
So there was definitely some drama over there this week. And it started with a giga whale, which is, they own at least 100 insiders. All of a sudden, a giga whale just decided to take a massive dump. He's just like, all right, I bought these things. I was looking at like where he bought most of them. And most of them were from like 0.003
Whatever.
to like 0.005.
Okay.
Right. And he dumped them all to like 0.01. Right. So he's basically doubling up his money, dumping these things when the floor was 0.02 at the time. And he just dumped like everything. And it was like a 1 day bear where these things got all eaten up. It was crazy.
It seemed like it wasn't even a full day.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick, but now it seems like it's having like a impact now though, right? It's, things are slowed down a little bit, and his like that massive dump, that never helps anything, but
no, it got back down to, it got back up to like 0.02, was it?
Exactly.
And then,
yeah.
And
Just
then
slowly trickle back down.
Yeah, it's slowly trickling back down, but it's just it's interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah,
with,
and it's right. It's not
things.
just Theta. It happened over there, and honestly, I'm not really concerned about floor price. I was never really concerned about floor price with other projects that I was in, especially Insiders is like a month old and still kind of gaining traction. These guys are out there hustling all the time, but besides that, there was also a team member that they had that just kind of went off the rails a little bit. Not sure what happened. I hope everything's okay with him, but they removed him from the team. So it's like, these things that we kind of deal with in Theta, it's like, they're happening everywhere. And
Well,
everyone's feeling it.
The thing about this was I think they talked with him, try to give him they gave him another chance, like whatever, and then no, it didn't. And like they're transparent, man, over there. I mean, not
100%.
just like transparent skin type or like water or whatever,
Hoodies.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm pumped. They're like, hey, we just want to let you know, like, this is what's going on. So they're just, something happens, they're gonna let people know about it, good, bad, or indifferent, like they said. So that's something you like to hear.
100%. I mean, it seems like the team, I don't know how big the team is, to be honest with you, but they're having meetings on a regular basis, and they are updating the community on a regular basis. And there were some cool updates this week. I'm not sure exactly what the impact is for them, but there was some kind of like NFT trading site. I'm not sure if you saw that, where they're now a part of that. But
okay,
yeah. So, but there's different cool things going on over there. But now they had a mod, like a Discord mod, and I'm pretty sure it was probably either unpaid or like, whatever it was. I'm sure it wasn't anything big.
Right.
TGO, shout out. So Fame, one of the founders, he posted on Twitter, I don't know if you saw this, a little back and forth with TGO in like the team chat. Did you see that?
No.
So Fame was like, listen, TGO, we need to talk as soon as you get out of work. And he's like, all right, yeah. 7:00, whatever it is. And he's like, yeah, he's like, we can't be having you as a mod here anymore, considering, what we just recently found out. And TGO's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And he's like, nah, you're a legend. He's like, we don't need you on the mod. We need you as a team member.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they threw him a curveball. But dude, that for real though, that guy has been like he's on top of everything, these like raiding, like the Twitter raids. And honestly, I've never like this reminds me, the hype reminds me a lot of like early Pineapple.
I
Like you
miss
got
those
a lot
days.
of guys. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but you got a lot of guys in there that are super hyped, that are just like one person's. You make a post about insiders and you tag it, and you're gonna get like 50 likes, a bunch of retweets. Like everyone is just like rating on Twitter about these things, and it's legit. Like Goofed is right. My timeline is just packed. And now Char's getting into some other stuff over here. I don't know if you saw that. He's like down the ETH rabbit hole. But
Oh,
sorry
is
about
he?
that, Char. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and
So
you know, he's helping, you know, he helps Bananas and insiders. He's been doing some GMs for people.
yeah, for
And
sure.
so that's
Char's a huge asset anywhere he goes. Absolutely.
love it. And yeah, I wish I had that kind of spunk, but I don't. Giddy up and go, as they say.
Yeah, well, I've also kind of been in contact with Fame, the founder of that project. And, just I let him know the other day, like, Theta's got some cool technology, right? We got DRM technology, and I just kind of threw it out there. I was like, oh, if you're ever interested in like token gating a live stream or some kind of video content for holders of insiders only, like, let me know and we can try to go through the Theta DRM route with them. And he's like, can you explain that a little bit more? I don't understand. So I gave him the World of Women example that, Andrea Berry, friend of the podcast, set up. And he was like mind blown by it and was like, wow, that sounds really cool. We should look into that. Right. So, it's just like these things, like Theta's doing all this stuff, but I feel like nobody knows, like other projects and ETH, like don't understand that at all.
Yeah. Remember Char at ETH Denver? He's like,
yeah,
everyone he
sure.
talked to about Theta, he's like, what's Theta? Never heard of it.
Yeah. And it's
unfortunate.
And that's the thing. Like none of these guys have heard of it. Everyone that we run into on here, they've never, like none of these guys are on Theta. The only people that are on Theta are the people that are Pines that we kind of helped introduce to this thing. And there's a lot of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
So many so that Baller started questioning.
Baller, friend of the Pinecast, shout out.
Yeah, Baller. Hey, if you're listening to this, it's probably the year 2026. Just kidding. If you are listening, we love you, man.
Yeah, it looked like he was dipping his toes in some bananas. And did he dip his toes in insiders too?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
I doubt it, but I don't know, man. What if you listen? I'm not trying to sell like Baller. I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything. Like that's not what I'm doing here at all. I literally, I don't even remember how I did it, but I think just the one night it was just like, I'm an insider now or whatever. And it was all because of that conversation like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And then I like what they were doing. Everybody gets to make their own decisions. And that's beautiful.
Yep.
Not financial advice. But hey, if I will give financial advice, if you bought insiders for less than what they are now, sell them now for profit. And if you don't, then now now it's on you.
Right. You're taking the ride with everyone else.
Yeah. So, I mean, I only had one other thing and I wanted to get your
AMA?
opinion.
Okay.
Oh man. All right. No, you're right. We totally skipped that. I'm blaming you on that. But
are you?
Yes, no.
Why not?
So, well, you brought it up, but then you didn't follow through, right? So it was like a half swing. So I'm going to count that as a strike.
I thought we were going to go into that after, and then you just, you gave me the Heisman.
Yeah, I got the Heisman at Animal Kingdom a couple weeks ago at the ticket gate.
Hey, blackout dates, man, you got to be on top of that.
That's a different story. Yeah, so Theta AMA this week. So I caught some of it in and out. I had to bounce off it a few times. Didn't get a chance to go back to it yet, but I did hear, like, the one big thing that I heard was the Coinbase thing, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's like, when Coinbase? Well, apparently Theta was in queue to be listed on Coinbase.
Q1, it sounded like, was supposed to happen.
Right.
And then when the FTX thing broke, and then they delisted stuff so that they were in a regulatory, probably looking at their book, so it kind of got pushed. Let's table that. So
yeah. So that was the reasoning. That's the reason why Theta is not on Coinbase at the moment.
Yeah.
I also heard Mitch claim that he is not the CEO of Levita, which was like a huge talking point heading into this thing. Not sure where that came from or how, but it's hard to tell the truth from fiction these days.
Yeah, I think it was listed in something Levita put out, but I think they might have referred to him as the CEO, but like he's the CEO of Theta, not
right.
So I think there's some lost in translation with that, or just a Magnum typo.
Could be.
But yeah, that he quashed that.
Yes, he did. So now I heard that there was a rumor that JE was trolling you.
Dude,
what's the story behind that?
So my background is Magnum Pineapple on Twitter, and I have my brick wall behind me. Dude shows up to the AMA. I don't know if we said Asia or Egypt. I'm going to assume Asia, but I didn't hear clearly which one. But
it was Asia.
Okay. For some reason, Egypt sounded sexier in my head. Just wouldn't stop. Maybe it's all that Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been watching. But dude had a brick wall background behind him. And very similar to my brick wall. I think I was getting trolled. What do you think?
Similar hair too, right? I mean,
yeah.
Except he didn't have sunglasses on, but
no, he probably smiles.
You had a nicer smile, though. I'd say
definitely
in a better tan.
Yeah, who bricked it better? I guess.
The bricks. I don't know. That's toss-up.
So, do you think it was a troll job?
I mean, I think that's reaching, but
okay.
I mean, that'd be a hell of a troll.
Yeah.
And
well, he's a smart guy. I'm told.
Yeah, I mean, if I were you, that's that's a big shout out to you if that's a troll job.
I think then it was. Then I'll take that shit.
Yeah. And yeah.
So Mitch, your boy, he did something very unorthodox. He was wearing a Theta hoodie with no Theta hoodie behind him.
Oh wow! He took it off the wall.
Yeah, it was like he put on his Theta hoodie finally. So that was cool. Mitch also kind of talked about his disappointment with Katy Perry, your girl.
Oh, really?
In the drop, yeah. Basically, it seems like they haven't been living up to what they were supposed to be doing. I don't think that's a shock to anyone, but apparently there's layers and layers of BS that they have to get through to ask her something or to do something. So I think he said he has to go through Theta has to go through 5 levels of approval to get something approved from Katie's team. So it's just been they wanted to do, I think, some backstage live photos, and no, I mean, that would have been kind of cool. But no, nothing. You got to go through all these wickets, I guess. And so it hasn't been good. It was nice to hear that. And you could get his frustration. You could feel it, him talking about it. So that was pretty cool to hear.
Hey, well, now he knows how we feel about trying to get something changed on Theta Drop. It's we got to jump through the same kind of hoops here. So that's that's and we're talking small changes, and oh, this mudra is the challenge overlaps here. Let's make it stop. Oh no, well you can we only made it to the 3rd layer of that pie. There's still 4 more layers to get this thing not to get screwed up, but hey,
right.
Screw it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, listen, I'll go back and listen to that to hear his frustration, but I think our frustration is exponential to that based on, the nonsense that we've dealt with.
Mad frustio, as the kids say.
I've never heard him say that. So I listen, I have started getting a new vocabulary this week though. I mean, you can't keep up in the ETH Discord with the kids. It's like,
what are you being hip to?
being hip to, bro. Like that ain't gonna cut it over there.
Well, no, I'm saying lay it on me, brother.
Man, I'd have to go back to Tudio. We were going back and forth. I got some notes elsewhere on this, but
Okay.
yeah, just different, like Grail. Like, do you know what a Grail NFT is?
Is it a rare NFT?
It's like your Grail, I guess, like the Holy Grail. But everything, they're all like, oh, that's a Grail, Grail, Grail. It's like, everything's Grail. It's like
I picked up
I
on
never
that.
heard. Yeah, but did you ever hear that before that Discord?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. But
Okay.
I
My
didn't.
point.
But I picked it up like immediately. Like I just used common
Well, of
sense.
course, yes, but it's like, it's totally different where you can't, like, it just feels like everyone is trying to write in a way that is like cool. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm cool because I use these words.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you're
Forgot.
just old.
Insider's Discord. So like 2 weeks ago was like in the 800s, 1200 now.
Yeah, bullet.
And token
Because you
gated.
have to own one to get in there. Yeah.
Bingo, bango, bongo. And then
Exactly.
also, I think last week they hit 100,000 ETH in volume.
No, 100 ETH.
Oh, 100 ETH. I'm sorry. 100 as I was, and then as of tonight, 100. They're at 120. So
that's crazy. That's real good.
That's real good.
Considering where the floor is, and like, that's just a massive distribution of early buyers into like a new floor being set up basically around these parts.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I'm bullish on it. I think it's got plenty of potential. You see, like Goof says, you see it all over Twitter, and it seems like it's spreading like wildfire throughout other ETH projects too. Because I've seen
Goof is the barometer. So if Goof says something,
yeah, right.
then it's like, oh, this is really catching on.
Yeah, yeah. And I've seen a few times where it's like, oh, I was in this Discord and the off topic, everyone's talking about you, and like a bunch of them are coming over, and I've seen it about a couple different ones. So yeah, hey, I'm bullish. We'll see what happens. But
yeah.
Do you have anything else over there?
Do you want to talk about Mark some more?
Oh boy. All right. Let's yeah. This is where you're going with it. Take it.
I don't know if I should issue an apology because apparently confirmed no rug. I've been told. So
well, wait a second. It has been a long time since we've issued apologies, and it was our thing. Was that our season 1 thing? Because there's definitely been no apologies on season 2.
I'm humble, so I always issue apologies. But I'm sure.
I mean, let's go back to the tape. I don't think there's been an apology since season 1.
I'm not subjecting anyone else to go back and listen to our, beginning of the season stuff.
We'll get the intern to do it.
Okay. Okay. So Simon from Open Theta, who I forget, this was also part of the AMA. Like he's doing something with Theta now, Theta Labs, I guess.
Interesting.
But I'm not like a good reporter. But something happened with that.
But that's not what we're here to do.
No, that's so. Anyways, he wanted to tell people that Mark paid him back for what he reimbursed, and so then good. One of these guys said confirmed no rug because everyone was quote made whole from these Astro builders. So I mean, were they made whole? So I asked Simon. I said, "What is the delta?" And he seemed confused, but he answered the question. The delta between what did people not send him that he didn't receive? Like after Mark paid you after Mark paid Simon back what Simon paid to the people, what about the other people? I can just keep those. I think maybe like 90 something minted. I don't know how many were free. I think Simon said 50 of them he paid back. He reimbursed. I don't know why he's not paying everything back, but he'll just keep that. You think he's working on that project from the people that didn't want to get reimbursed for that?
Well, listen, I mean, they had the chance to get their money back and they didn't.
But
I don't
okay.
think.
But hold on. But so like it's like once again, like I'm not going to litigate Simon. Like trying to reimburse people. That's I mean pros and cons, right?
Sure.
But the point is, so what? Anyone can just arbitrarily, hey, send me it and I'll pay you, and then Mark's going to pay you back. No, only Simon. Where the hell was that? So I think Mark felt bad that Simon covered his ass and finally like manned up and paid him back.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if
So I'm
that's the
saying
angle you're taking, yeah.
well, that's like the angle that happened.
Well, I mean, yeah, no one
was-
knows what would have happened if Simon didn't do that. But yeah, no, I agree. It forced his hand.
Well, it forced his hand. My supposed buddy, so not buddy Theta, but just buddy in general terms.
Buddy Theta, shout out.
The Beans had a Twitter space. The Beans that have also been defending Mark. Nanaimo Trader also defended Mark. Jay Sanch defended Mark. Jay Sanch also saying some good points, but I disagree on a lot of the other stuff. I listened to this AMA or not Twitter space, and Wes too was saying, it was a rug, and this was not a good thing, and he's a little confused why, like me and some others, why he's getting defended so much.
Interesting turn of events there.
I would say, so the people that kept him, who maybe they kept him because they believed in his project. You think he's working for those? You think he's still working on these projects for those people, Mark?
No, absolutely not. Like I
confirmed
think
rug.
Builders.
Confirmed rug.
All right. Well, I'm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what.
I can't fathom people defending, like there's nothing to defend. It's excuse after excuse they're given for this guy, and then he's gonna go and try to do something where he's gonna fall on his ass. But just to it's I don't want to hear any more Mark defend it. He pulled the plug on his stuff. He exited liquidity, and he still has some of that liquidity that he exited with, and only because he felt bad for Simon is my 2 cents or 2 T fuel. Why he reimbursed him what he paid, but good he paid him back. Yeah, but you know what? He shouldn't have kept a dime of that. That's it's he's not doing anything with that project, and he took off. So maybe some people. I remember when I was overseas serving my country, I couldn't always get to a computer and do stuff. So a week isn't a lot of time. But you know what? Whatever. So. Is it a confirmed rug? Is it not a confirmed rug? I think it's a confirmed rug. His whole body of work. You judge a person by at their worst. You know what I mean? And boy, there's a lot of worst to pick from. So
listen, Astro Builders, call it what you want. Everyone that wanted a refund,
they're not building shit.
Everyone Astro that wanted a refund got Astros. They got a refund if they wanted it. What happens now? I wouldn't.
Doing stuff after the fact isn't an excuse, though. Like
I'm not making. I'm
just saying
excuse.
It doesn't make it less of a rug.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm not calling it anything. I'm just saying that's what happened. To me, Astros are the least of my concerns as far as this. It's the people that the Diamond Heads and the Daily Diamonds are the ones that, in my opinion, got really hurt.
Okay. Popper, is Astro Builders a rug?
I would say no.
It's a rug. It's a fucking rug.
Rugs, when it's a rug, you have no option of getting your money back. People had the option.
No, that's not it. That's not
it. They did, though. They were the way that they got the option might have gone a different way than just straight out, I'm going to refund everybody. But if you minted an Astro, you had the opportunity to get your money back with a rug.
But that has nothing to do with the rug. If you have your opportunity to get the money back, the thing is, he took the money, he shut everything off. That's a rug. Now, go look at a definition of what a rug is. Just because he turned his stuff back on and sent the money, that's the action. It's not what happens after. You can't put the cat back in the bag, or can't whatever.
But he put the T fuel back in people's bags.
He put some of the T fuel back, but once again, because Simon was being really nice. But it's a rug. He intended to rug. He made up being threatened. He pulled everything off, in which, like I said, we talked about before, by the way, there's no room for, I don't think, that's two separate things. Threatening is not cool at all. But
100%. No, that you can't. Like, that's ridiculous.
You have an obligation, a non-rugger, would see that he has an obligation, or her, to their community. And he just took off, So just because he came back doesn't make it any less of a rug. He rugged. Some people didn't get rugged. Everyone had the opportunity to get their money back. But check out what a rug is. It has nothing to do with what happens after. He fucking took off. He's a rug. He pulled the rug. Just because people got the rug, some of their money back, that's great. But he rugged, and he had to be guilted into paying some people back. So
all right.
Got anything else?
Opinion. No, I just no, I don't have anything else. I was not gonna be able to top that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, listen. Here's hoping that this week was better than last week. How about that?
Oh, it'd be nice, man. It'd be nice.
Well, hey, I heard from people. We're not experts here. We're not breaking the news. We're not diving deep into bull season versus bear. But this whole XRP is not a security. Got people excited. So we'll see what happens. Kind of scares me when people get excited. So hopefully it's not a false start here. But hey, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's, I think everyone hopes it's good.
Yeah, exactly. And, hey, we're looking forward to learning more about the Pine situation. I know we're going to have some Symbies stuff dropping soon. I think things are heading in the right direction. So
bananas.
Didn't I say that? No, I
said pines. Yeah,
I meant bananas. Yeah,
both of them.
Pines, bananas, fruit salad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right, dude. Well, have a great night, and we will see you guys on the boards.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter @JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.